Hey YouTube, another beautiful spring day. Today is May 17th, 2026. And I thought, since it's so warm and nice and beautiful, and I really want to get some ice cream, I'm just gonna ride to a cool little ice cream stand that we have here in Sioux Falls. And I'm also testing out a new helmet mount that I got, where it has like a magnet that goes underneath the brim of the bike helmet. And then that magnet holds the camera nicely because I'm using a extra Ado, which is a nice little like action camera, kind of like the Nano, like the DJI Nano, Osmo Nano or something like that. This is made really by the same company, but they label it differently when they sell it here in the United States. It's called the extra Ado. I'll put a picture of it up here. And the extra Ado uses magnets, so you can basically use a magnet to stick it on anything, which is what I'm doing right now. It also has other stuff where you can like clip it. It came with a lot of different things, you know, a clip and a suction cup and everything else, but I prefer to use the magnet feature, which makes it really convenient. You can stick it onto a magnetic lanyard on your chest, and you can, you know, do like what I did here, where I put a piece of metal underneath my helmet, and then it just magnetically attaches to that. I'll have to put a picture of that up for you guys. But today I thought, let's go get some ice cream. There's a store here, or an ice cream shop. It's called B&G Milkyway. And it's really popular. It's a Sioux Falls based ice cream shop. There's a few of them here. I don't think they're in any other city or state. They're really a lot like a Dairy Queen. Everything is soft serve. They also serve food like what Dairy Queen does. They'll serve burgers and hot dogs and that sort of thing. But I wouldn't eat there. Well, I shouldn't say I wouldn't eat there. I have, but you have way better options. The burgers and hot dogs aren't very good. So this bike path just goes right onto this walkway here, which is nice, keeps you safe. I have a little bit of congestion because, you know, in the middle of spring, I don't know about you guys, but I get allergies where all it takes is a little bit of pollen to get blown in my face, and then I start sneezing, and next thing I know, my head is stuffed up and I cough, stuff like that. It's been bugging me for 6 or 7 days, but I feel fine, but definitely my head feels a little stuffy. But yeah, this is more of a test today too, just to see how the helmet cam works. I don't think I'll use it for everything, but I normally use a chest cam. But you know, it's kind of nice for you guys to get a different perspective. All right, here we go. So this is the southeastern part of Sioux Falls in South Dakota. And it's a nice area to ride my bike because, I mean, there is a lot of traffic, but it's not too bad compared to some parts of the city. You know, you can see there's a lot of cars, but it's manageable. Some parts of the city are very congested, when you get to the center of it especially. But we're out here in the nice suburbia area. I think today it's 75 degrees, and you can see it's really clear. Beautiful. Some scattered clouds. Lawns are being mowed now, so you know springtime is here when people have started mowing their lawns. Out here since it's a northern state, it stays kind of chilly even for the first month and a half for spring. So, you know, April, pretty much it's too cold. The grass doesn't grow very well. It's very lightly green, but doesn't grow much. But now that it's midway through May, everything's growing very well, my lawn included. I did my first mowing of my lawn this week on Tuesday. I had taken a vacation to Illinois to visit family. And I was gone for about 5 days and came back, picked up my dog from the kennel, and mowed my yard because it was getting overgrown. It was a nice trip. You never know in the Midwest because, you know, one day could be sunny and beautiful, and then the next day it's rainy and there's lightning and wind. It can change on a dime sometimes. But the whole trip, from last Thursday through Monday afternoon when we got back, it was really, really nice. It was a lot like what you see here. Blue skies. Everything was clear. I don't even think we saw a drop of rain. But this weekend, being told on the news that big storms are coming Sunday and Monday. Supposed to get a lot of thunder and lightning and wind and rain. Hopefully no tornadoes. Don't know about where you live, but you know, in the Midwest, you get tornadoes. We don't get too many of them here in Sioux Falls. I think the last tornado that really touched down in Sioux Falls was I think it was around like 2010 or something like that. It was a long time ago. It brushed against the corner of a hospital and hit like a garage or body shop or something like that and took that out. But I think that was all the damage it did. Nobody got hurt, fortunately. Well, here it is. See, it's called Milkyway. It's actually called B&G Milkyway, but I think they changed the name recently to just Milkyway, I guess. They took the B&G off of it. I don't even know what the B&G stood for. So, oh, there it is. See, B&G. Maybe it's the owner's names. You know, husband and wife, whatever. But yeah, you see these little places everywhere in Sioux Falls. Some are even nicer than others. Some have like little playgrounds and games you can play and stuff. This one's fair to middling here. All right, let's lock her up. Hello. Thank you. Let's look out at the beautiful day. Is that beautiful or what? Getting there. Very good, very good. All right. All right, everyone, we're gonna go home a different way now. I'm gonna go through the park instead. Well, that was a good ice cream cone. Perfect for today. I'm pretty plain what I like in ice cream when it comes to soft serve. I either just get a vanilla cone or I'll get vanilla chocolate swirl cone. And every now and then I'll have it dipped in chocolate, but most of the time, I just like it as is. How do you guys like your ice cream? Soft serve, that is. When it comes to non-soft serve, like scooped ice cream, I usually like pretty complex flavors. I usually prefer things that have, you know, pretzels and peanut butter and, you know, chocolate and chocolate chips, that kind of stuff. But with soft serve, I'm pretty easy. So I knew something felt different. I don't have my gloves on. That's okay, they're in my pocket. I didn't want to get ice cream all over them. So, as I say in a lot of my videos, there are 80 parks in Sioux Falls. This is a big park. It's called Aventon Park. Harmondon, or Harmodon, something like that, Aventon. And there are big baseball diamonds out here. Lots of fields for different things. I think for the most part, it's a baseball park. There's some parks that are like that out here. It's just used for mostly one thing. And you see the baseball fields are pretty nice. Look how beautiful it is out here. Yeah. Beautiful place. It's a weekday, say Friday. I'm doing my ride at lunchtime. I usually work from home. You don't see a lot of people out here right now because people are working. But on the weekend, this park is pretty packed, especially during the summer with baseball season going on. I think I'm gonna get up on this path here. Maybe more preferred, I think. Not that this little road here gets traveled much, but you know, you never know. Might as well be safe. So this road comes out on 57th Street, 57, which is a pretty busy street out here in Sioux Falls. Not too bad down in this area, in the southeast area, but it cuts through the whole city, east to west. It's one of the few streets that do that. Most streets will stop, and then you got to get back on it maybe a mile later, something like that. Sioux Falls has a lot of those kinds of streets. It can get kind of annoying. You'll just be riding along thinking you're going to get to the west side, and you get to either a dead end or you have to turn and find some other street that'll take you there. But 57th Street is one of the ones that will Take you all the way. This road here is actually just part of the park, the one to the left of me. So it's it actually gets closed off at night when the park closes. But see, we're still in that Harmondon Park. That's how big it is. It's huge. All right, so up ahead, that's 57th Street. I'm gonna turn here where the Circle K is. I'll just stay on the sidewalks. These roads are busy and there's no reason to get on them unless I have a death wish. And I'm gonna go turbo mode and just take this to 20 miles an hour. Why not? There's nobody around. There's a big Lutheran church right there. It's called Gloria Dei. It's huge. I've been inside of it, and the architecture inside is really beautiful. Nice church. There are a lot of churches here in Sioux Falls. Lutheran church and Catholic church, it's between the two of those I would say are the most common. There are lots of other, Christian churches though. It's not just those two. All right, there we go. We're going 13 right now. Let's zip it up. All right, 20. So this part of Sioux Falls is building up. There's still a lot of open land, and most everything you see out here is new. New housing, new business buildings like to my right. New restaurants and other things. There's a donut chain out here called Flyboy Donuts. You see them everywhere. That's one up ahead. This is Flyboy Donuts right next to the bank. I'm gonna turn here though. I wanna get off this busy street. See, all this is brand new. Brand new twin homes. Or actually, those are townhomes. They're not twin homes. Twin homes look just like regular houses, but they attach in the center. You'll see a lot of twin homes out here. All right, these are all apartments and townhomes and condos in this area. All brand new. I figured this would be a nice little detour. I mean, that guy that was driving, he had one of those things that separate your nostrils. I forget what they call it, breathe right strips or whatever. I see those a lot this time of year, probably because of allergies. I should probably wear those when my head is stuffy. I see people wearing them when they work out now too. You see a lot of people working out with breathe right strips on their nose. They might be called something else nowadays, but that's what they were originally called. They were called breathe right strips. All right, 53rd Street. I think I am going to turn here on Mission once I cross. I'll hit the button. All right, we're off. So they have these walkway things here in Sioux Falls where you push the button and it just flashes a light where you're at, and the people who are driving, the courteous ones, will see that you're sitting there on a bike waiting and the light is flashing, and they'll slow down and let you cross. So it's really cool when they do that. I would say 1 out of 10 drivers will do that for you. Most of them just keep going. It's not a traffic light like what you would think of a light. It's just like a little strobe, flashy light. And it'll flash on like both sides of the road. And it's supposed to tell people that, hey, there's someone at the walk and they want to cross. So be alert and slow down and let them cross. But most people see it and go, I'm going. So you have to be really careful, of course. I never assume anything. You guys should check out my video where I did, basically I rode through much of this neighborhood right here. It's the Sioux Falls suburbs video, so if you go to my channel and check it out, you'll see that video in there. It's riding through the Sioux Falls suburb. I think I filmed that about a month ago, so you'll see that the trees have really grown out now with the green, and the grass is a lot thicker. And if you like these kind of videos, like and subscribe. All right. Well, I think the video's gone long enough, but that was my trip for today, riding out to B&G Milkyway and getting some ice cream. So we'll call it here, and thanks for wasting your time with me, watching me ride my bike. And too bad you couldn't have any of the ice cream with me, but you know, you can just live vicariously through me and enjoy it. All right, everyone. Well, thanks a lot.